Good afternoon. My name is Rodney Glover. I'm the candidate for governor of Florida. And today I wanted to take you through a think tank. What am I talking about? How do I come up with these things? Why did I get to this campaign? What was going on? Okay, currently in the state of Florida, we do not have access to task legislators on things that we need without having to do a lot of work. So I needed a solution to that problem. I needed to give you direct, quick access, but keep the democracy system in place. That's why I came up with the technology plan. You can find everything that I'm talking about in my implementation area on my website. But this is our think tank. So we're going to take something as simple as this is if my plan is in place. We're going to take something like rent. Citizens say, hey, I need rent relief. Okay. The majority of citizens say, hey, we need a bill passed for rent relief. We're going to just throw something out here because this is our think tank. I don't want rent to go up more than 1% every 3 years. Okay, so citizens say, absolutely, that's what we want to see. So the individuals who own property says, that's not going to work because what we need to improve our environments for those citizens is costing money at the national level. Keep this in mind that we have 28 representatives that represent us at the national level. So at the state level, our 120 representatives plus our 40 senators in our state have gotten this legislation. They're talking about this legislation now because we created this, and now they're getting it back saying, hey, this is a problem because the world still has inflation. All of these prices are here. So what do we have to do? Now we're asking you, our 28 people, to take this up to the national level. Now, here's where things get interesting. Prior to my plan being implemented, we didn't have the access to say, take this up there and create a national level bill that says that the state of Florida is looking to not allow more than a 1% rate increase, and we do not want the inflationary cost of those resources to impact our law. Now, typically, people run on whatever they want to. Oh, I'm running on giving you rent relief, I'm running on insurance, but we don't see the bills come up. Now, under my law, under the way we expanded democracy, and I'm giving you access now to remove a representative for not bringing up our problem. If you go back up to DC and you don't put this bill out, then we know that you're not going to do the right thing. You're not going to represent us. So under legislative authority that citizens have and that access we have now, because you didn't do what we expected you to do up there, we can now pull you out of that because we lost confidence that, hey, you left this state to go represent us at the national level. We told you to put our bill out there. Now, once you put the bill out there, let's just say all of Congress, the House, and the Senate say, nope, this can't be possible because they're going to put the reasons why. That now gives us, our state representatives, the opportunity to come back to its citizens, because this isn't a fast process. Come back to its citizens, they say, hey, the reason we're not allowed to do this is because of this. This gives us the opportunity at the state, our citizens, to say, oh, well, y'all came up with this reason. Well, here is a mitigation factor for that. Send it back up, right? So now we get to now have the access to all of the ideas. So now our citizens have gotten back behind a group of citizens that came up with a mitigation factor to get this passed. You see how when I put these things together and I'm thinking about how this should work, yes, the process absolutely slows down because it's integrating more people into the think tank. So we're not bound anymore by we're just not going to do it. No, because people do come up with really interesting ways to make this happen. And now we have an informational understanding of why this happened and why it didn't. Now we don't have to worry about If a person says they're going to run for something, and under my plan, I put in there, if you're not implementing, this means putting the legislation that you said you were going to do out there to be voted on, then I've lost confidence in you, and now I can pull you out because you're accessible. Because now you're accessible to me. Because the governor put in our Constitution an amendment that now makes you accessible to me. So now you can't just say, I want to run for all of these things that you know I need, and then get to that office and not do it. That's how I'm putting this together. That's how I put my website together. That's how I put my implementation plan together. I had to think about how this structure is going to work. It is not immediate. You have to put these things together, and then you have to give it time to flow. Throughout this time, I also have to understand that yes, things are still bad, but this creates an avenue where other states will say, hey, Florida is putting forth legislation to help its citizens economically because they have access to recall their legislators and remove them from office if they're not doing the right thing by their people. Now, other states may decide to follow suit. We need to create access. But I'm here for you to tell me what you think about the think tank. Where do you think I could have put something in? Where do you think we could have looked at something different? That's what the think tank is for. That's why I'm asking you to be a part of the system by putting in your petition. Because by putting in your petition, you're also saying that I want to be a part of the think tank. The part that gets the information and says, okay, I understand why we're going to have a problem going this direction. Is there anyone that understands or has dealt with this that can help us navigate through here, because we still need to reach the goal of rent relief? That's how I'm thinking about all of this. But I needed to make sure that when the lobbyists come in and they say, hey, we don't want you to put this bill together, so don't put the bill together, that now you have to think, I must put this bill together because my citizens asked for it. This is a process. It will take time. It will evolve because this is all a think tank. The evolution of access, it's boundless. It's boundless. So if they want the job, you can have the job. I just want to make sure that when you don't do it, that we can do something about it, because we need to be able to move forward with the things that are actually affecting citizens day to day today. Tell me what you think. Guys, have a great day.